Chapter 2 to operate in
During the Kdp Pi Conference at Indeje University, the Acting Commissioner for University Education and Training said that the ministry is planning to license teachers through the National Teachers Council.
So that is why government came up with the National Teacher Policy, which has many issues in there, but one of the issues there is the National Teacher Council. So this will be the professional council for teachers. It's one which licenses them. If you are going to teach, you submit your papers to the National Teacher Council. The National Teacher Council looks through them, then it gives you you are registered. And after a period of time, you are licensed. But to continue being licensed, so the registration, of course, is once. But for licensing, the license will be maybe every possibly 5 years. You'll have to renew your license. And to renew your license, you must have certainly been teaching, but you should also have undergone what is called continuous professional development. Because as we know, things are changing all the time. So you can't be teaching the same way as you taught 5 years ago right now. We are now talking about highly technologized teaching. So if you continue teaching the same way, you'll find the learners far ahead of you, and you won't be able to teach them. So that's what the Teacher Council will be doing, to be regulating, sanctioning where necessary, but also supporting continuous professional development of teachers. The National Teacher Bill is currently being prepared, and we are just waiting for clearance by the Office of the Attorney General and the relevant ministries of finance, and then it will be tabled before Parliament. So we hope, other factors held constant, maybe within because we have just had a financial year, so we hope by the end of this financial year, the National Teacher Council should be in place.
He added that the National Teachers Bill is currently being prepared and the ministry is waiting for clearance from the Attorney General and relevant ministers to be tabled in Parliament.
Where the problem comes from is, as we would say in school, is a hard paper. It may not be very easy to pinpoint one problem. But of course, on the one hand, there's a feeling in government that charges contribute to learners dropping out. Even in places where we talk about universal primary, universal secondary, sometimes there are other, what we may call hidden charges, which somehow discourage learners and they drop out. But also the other part is about the atmosphere, that teaching and learning atmosphere. Because of lack of infrastructure, I'm sure all of us have seen pictures of children studying under trees. Maybe somebody may call that natural air conditioning, but you find P1 pupils sitting maybe in a room possibly smaller than this one. They're all sitting on the floor. Now, of course, when they're in P1, they're still eager to learn. Maybe P2, they're still eager to learn. Now, by the time they get to about P4, if the circumstances are still the same, definitely they won't find school any more interesting and they will drop out.
The president of the Kdp Pi, Mr. Samuel Busula, said that the mission of teachers should be helping children to become what they want to be.
Our mission should be to help children to be what they are intended to be. Our major aim should be for us to make sure that we know the way. Because if you don't know the way, we shall lead the kids to a big pit. How do we get to know the way?
A member of the Kdp Pi and former lecturer Stephen Bajo says that the organization in Uganda has been facing challenges such as lack of funds, publicity, among others.
As a head teacher, then I went to Makerere and Indeje University to teach. Now I realized that teachers, we don't have a professional society. We had Uganda Teacher Association, which now turned into a trade union, UNATU. So this KDP is breaking a gap between Utah. We want now to work as an organization to mentor teachers professionally. We are not interested in money. Let a teacher teach. If he teaches effectively, that's our joy. But of course, he must be paid well.
The Kappa Delta Pi started in 1917 in the United States of America with an aim of monitoring teachers. In Africa, there are only two, one in Nigeria and the second in Uganda, which started in 2017. Davis Senchindu, live at 8.